Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it today. Big slate, starting with the Colorado Rockies versus the Washington Nationals. Washington opening up as home favorites at -130. The Rockies plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 40-61. The Nationals 42-59. Pitching for the Rockies is Peter Lambert with an ERA of 5.49. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 4.87. Lambert, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Colorado, coming off a Washington loss yesterday. Washington, winning a close one, 6-5 here. I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup, but Lambert has only pitched twice this season, has not allowed a run. So he's looked very good in his 2 starts so far this season. And I still think the Rockies are a good underdog, and I'll take Colorado plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -175. Miami plus 145 with the over-under at 7.5. Miami coming into this matchup 54-48. The Rays 62-42. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 4.77. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.36. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Rays beating Miami 4-1 yesterday. Miami 1-9 in their last 10. They are just on a bad streak right now. Been rough for them. It's still been rough for Tampa as well. They've been struggling too, but a nice win at home where they play well. And Miami just 0-7 on the road against Tampa Bay here. And I like Eflin on the mound, and I'm going to roll with the Rays at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -190. The Royals plus 160 with the over-under at 10.5. Royals coming into this matchup 29-74. The Guardians 50-51. Pitching for the Royals is Alec Marsh with an ERA of 6.20. Pitching for the Guardians is Gavin Williams with an ERA of 3.74. Marsh, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Royals, coming off a Cleveland loss yesterday, 5-1. Nice win for Cleveland. The Royals, they are just 2-11 on the road. Not a very good road team. 3-8 against Cleveland. Marsh hasn't been very good on the mound. Williams been pretty solid for the Guardians here, coming off a couple good starts here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -140. Seattle plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 51-50. The Twins 54-49. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.50. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 3.88. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Coming off 3 kind of rough starts on the mound here. Seattle coming off a Minnesota win yesterday. I like Miller on the mound here. Only giving up 3 runs in his last 3 starts. He's been solid. And I think Seattle's a good underdog today. And I'm going to roll Seattle plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -140. The Reds +115 with the over-under at 9. Reds coming into this matchup 56-47. The Brewers 56-46. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 3.88. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 4.72. Lively, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Reds, coming off a Brewers win. The Brewers, losing a tough one yesterday. Reds finally kind of getting back on track. They are 16-4 on the road. Very good road team here. Lively's been pretty solid on the mound for the Reds here. Still a great underdog, I'd say, and I'm going to take Reds +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -150. St. Louis +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 45-57. Arizona 55-47. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 4.39. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.18. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. St. Louis coming off an Arizona loss yesterday. Arizona finally getting a win, snapping their 5-game losing streak that they were on. St. Louis is 4-1 on the road against Arizona here. A pretty even pitching matchup as of late. Both pitchers giving up about 3 runs here. Gallen has been good on the mound this season for them here. And I do like Zach Gallen on the mound in this one here. And I think I'm going to roll with Arizona at home. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -200. The Pirates +170 with the over-under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 44-57. The Padres 49-53. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.77. Pitching for the Padres is Seth Lugo with an ERA of 3.72. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, 4 strikeouts. Lugo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Pirates, coming off a Padres loss. Padres getting a nice win yesterday, 5-1. Played very well in that game. I still like the Padres at home. Lugo been pretty solid on the mound. Oviedo's given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I'm gonna roll with the Padres in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -120. Toronto +110 with the over-under at 10. Toronto coming into this matchup 56-46. The Dodgers 58-42. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 3.92. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 3.94. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Gonsolin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Toronto losing to the Dodgers yesterday, 8-7 in a close one. Been a good series so far here. Kikuchi coming off 2 good starts on the mound. Gonsolin, couple 4-run games here, 2 out of his last 3 games. And I think Blue Jays are a good underdog here. And I'll take Blue Jays +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -115. Baltimore -105 with the over-under at 9.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 62-39. The Phillies 54-47. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.05. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 4.07. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Baltimore losing to Philly yesterday 4-3, but in this series, they've been underdogs, gotten the cover and win in the last 2. Kind of just poorly undervalued, I'd say. Still getting great underdog value. They're great on the road, 9-2 on the road right here. Bradish coming off 3 really good starts on the mound here, and yeah, I'm gonna take the Orioles plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Detroit Tigers. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over/under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 52-49. The Tigers 46-55. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 4.26. Pitching for the Tigers is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 3.49. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Lorenzen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lorenzen, 3 straight 0-run games here. He's been very good on the mound for Detroit. Angels coming off a Detroit win yesterday, 7-6. Detroit, yeah, a 1-run game yesterday in a pick'em scenario. Yeah, crazy. Detroit's they've actually been playing well as of late. Angels have been playing decent too, but man, I really like Lorenzen on the mound. He's been very good. Sandoval's had a couple of good starts here. Yeah, I don't know. In a pick'em scenario, I'm kind of liking Detroit at home. I love Lorenzen on the mound here, and I'm going to roll with the Tigers in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -150. The Mets plus 125 with the over/under at 8.5. Mets coming into this matchup 47-53. The Yankees 53-48. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 7.36. Quintana, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Mets coming off a Yankees win yesterday, 9-3. A nice win for them. I'm liking Mets as an underdog here. Rodon hasn't really been good on the mound for the Yankees so far this season. Quintana only given up 2 runs in his he's only pitched 1 time this season, and he gave up 2 runs, so that didn't look that bad in his debut here, and I'll take Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Boston Red Sox. Braves opening up as road favorites at -160. Boston plus 135 with the over/under at 9.5. Braves coming into this matchup 64-35. Boston 54-47. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 3.78. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.60. Strider, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 13 strikeouts. Bello, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Braves losing to Boston 7-1 yesterday. Boston on a little 3-game winning streak right now. The Braves are 7-2 on the road against Boston, 4-2 straight up against Boston here, so they've been good head-to-head wise. Strider coming off 2 rough starts on the mound. Bello coming off a rough start here. I kind of like the Braves to bounce back with Strider on the mound, and I'm going to roll with Atlanta in this one. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Chicago White Sox. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -115. The White Sox +105 with the over-under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 49-51. The White Sox 41-61. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 3.09. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.18. Stroman, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Lynn, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a White Sox win yesterday, 7-3. White Sox 1-6 in their last 7, so they've been on a bad stretch right now. Yeah, Lynn hasn't been that great on the mound for the White Sox here, and I'm gonna roll with the Cubs on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -175. The Rangers +155 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 59-43. The Astros 58-44. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.58. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.94. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back losses against Houston. Houston on a 3-game winning streak, playing well. The Rangers are just 5-15 on the road against Houston, 1-5 straight up against Houston, where they have struggled. I love Valdez on the mound, coming off 2 rough starts, but nonetheless, he's been excellent this season. And I'm going to roll with the Astros at home. In the last matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -250. Oakland +210 with the over-under at 9. Oakland coming into this matchup 28-75. The Giants 55-47. Pitching for Oakland is Hogan Harris with an ERA of 6.11. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 4.99. Harris, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Wood, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Oakland on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a 2-1 loss against the Giants yesterday. They are just 1-6 straight up against the Giants here. Harris hasn't been very good on the mound for Oakland this season. Wood had some rough starts on the mound. Hasn't been the greatest in these last 3 starts here, but I still like the Giants. I think this is a series for them to get back on track with that big losing streak they were on here. And I'm going to roll with the Giants at home in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.